First and foremost, I want to thank Marlon for giving me the chance to speak to my brothers and sisters. As I said, my name is Charles Law. I'm a GI native, born and raised. It's a blessing to be back. It's a blessing to even be here speaking to you, brothers and sisters. People ask me all the time, why you walking around with all that grade? You know, why you ain't dying to be here? And I tell them that I'm just blessed to even hide this grade, to be able to even see this grade. You know, and I spent, sadly, about almost 20 years in the federal system myself. And I'm not going to stand up here and try to justify my behavior or the brothers that he spoke with before, but I want you all to be able to understand and see clearly that it's not the actual drug dealing that's given us all this time. It's the laws. Because you have a brother like Bobby Suggs, Shantae Suggs, Keith Dilworth, Boo Rock, Charlie Mack. You know, you got all these brothers that's doing 30 years and life in prison. And I'm not trying to justify their behavior, but if anybody knows anything about the prison system, you have to have 150 to 200 kilos of cocaine to trigger a life sentence. And everybody knows that it ain't too many black people that has gotten caught with those amount of drugs. So why are these brothers sitting in federal prison with 2 and 3 life sentences and they first time offenders? That's the problem. We got Duke Tanner. He was 22 years old, 19 and 0. This brother was on his way, so we don't know what he could have become. You know, people always talk about Mike Tyson, but I'll say that you never know what Mike Tyson was before he became Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, a blessing to even get in the history books, but you didn't even know his name because of the atrocities that brother went through. And sadly, that's Duke's circumstance. We'll never know how great that brother was because sadly, he's locked up with 2 life sentences behind basically 15 telephone books. Because that's what they use for the reverse thing. But even if you want to translate them 15 telephone books into 15 kilos of cocaine, he was a first-time offender, so he still shouldn't have got no more than 15 years. So that's a brother that had to fight from 2 life sentences to now 30 years. And when we look at this, you got to understand that it's a grave injustice. The time just did not fit the crime. If these brothers getting caught with the drug amount that they're actually doing time with, then they know the game. They know the consequences. But when you can do a life sentence on ghost drugs, on circumstantial evidence, on relevant conduct, on hearsay, then it's an unjust incarceration. The time don't fit the crime. And that's what I want to aware you all of. We're in a city that is one of the greatest cities in Indiana. But at the same time, it's a system that's fighting against Gary, Indiana, that don't want Gary to strive at all. And it took me to look on the outside and look into Gary to understand this. It's not by coincidence that you have Portage, Hobart, Lake of Four Seasons. When I left, these cities was cornfields for the most part. But all these cities are thriving. And we got the biggest lake in the United States. Gary has the most valuable land out of any state in Indiana. But the governors, DC, and other elected officials, they fail and continue to disenfranchise and discriminate against Gary in every area in science of life. I don't care what mayor we get elected, what city council we get elected. We're being systematic.